What is up, y'all? It's been like, I think the last time I talked to y'all, I was spiraling. I did a front facing video. I'm gonna tell you now, I was spiraling. But today's video, I am not in a spiral. As you can tell, I think I look pretty good. Today's video is going to be if I pause in the video and yell at my cat, I don't need no judgment in the comments about it. She has behavioral issues. And she don't listen because she's my baby. But yeah, if I yell and I veer off, that's what I'm doing, so just bear with me. Yeah, this video is going to be kind of like what I've learned since being 30, because I turned 31 in about a month and 15 days because I'm a Cancer. Yay! But I'm gonna kind of talk about like what I've learned since turning 30. Also, if you hear noise in the background, I do have roommates as per usual. So just remember, hoes ain't rich over here. We just rich in spirit. But I'm kind of gonna talk about what I've learned since turning 30. Just how I feel about things going on in the world since turning 30, because people are really, really right. I feel like, genuinely at least, that when you turn 30, like, shit kind of just starts like clicking differently for you, because I feel like, I don't know what it is about the number 30 or what it is about being 30. Maybe it's like post 20s, but like everybody expects like something really wild to happen to you. But I think that the most wild thing that happened to me was that I found peace. So we're gonna be talking about that, and then we're also gonna be talking about how I feel about my trans identity being 30, how I feel about community being 30. There's also a baby here, so if you hear a baby, that's what it is. I love babies. We don't shade babies on this channel. Exactly. But yeah, we're gonna talk about some things. So, but also, we're gonna smoke, everyone. So, if you're smoking, if you're in California or where it's legal, like I am, and you're a younger kid, only smoke if you're of legal age, and only smoke if you're in a place where it's legal. Do not get arrested. Do not go to jail. Do not talk to police. Cause ACAB, okay? So we gonna get a little high. We're gonna talk about some things, and we're gonna get into some stuff. So I said earlier that one of the things that I feel like I've found since turning 30, like one of the things I noticed the most has been peace. My 20s, honestly, I would not do them shits again if someone paid me $3 million. Like a ton of money. And I'm gonna take a hit on that, you know? I wouldn't do my 20s again for any amount of money. I feel like my 20s honestly will probably be the scariest point of my life, because I didn't know who the fuck I was at all, and I didn't know who I was at like a lot of obstacles. Like, I was living as like a gay man for half of my 20s, and then was grappling with self-denial of being trans in the middle of my 20s, and then like learning about like what being a woman is like for myself, and like for me, which I feel like is what all femmes and women and femme identifying people are doing, like just figuring it out like for ourselves in this motherfucking world. And at the end of my 20s, like, I think I was really just sealing up a lot of lessons that I couldn't break away from. And the end of my 20s were they're probably like, I reached a lot of very toxic points. Like, a lot of points where I felt lost. And when I turned 30, I quit drinking. I don't know if I talked about that in my last video, but I quit drinking. I'll have like a drink or two at like an event if it's like very important, you know, I'm celebrating or something. But other than that, I do not drink like regularly. I don't even drink like for special occasions. It needs to be like a friend's show or something, or like I'm in a show, like something like that. But even if I go to a bar, I'm not gonna drink. I had a mocktail for my first time last month. It was lit. I got refills of juice and sparkling stuff. It was popping. But I stopped drinking when I turned 30, and that was something that I could not do in my 20s. Like, I couldn't even fathom me not drinking in my 20s. And, like, it's crazy because I know a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not an alcoholic, but it's like, can you imagine your life without alcohol? Because it kills you. Like, at the end of the day, it kills you. At least for me, personally, I didn't want to drink anymore. I was also acting like a flaming, evil, traumatized cunt. And we're going to get into reasons why. But alcohol was really bringing that out of me. And I ruined a relationship with someone who I really cared about and loved, and she was bomb. And I fucked it up with drinking. And when I turned 30, I was kind of just like, I don't want to do this anymore. And this was the first time that I've been like signed, locked, and centered with myself. So there's that. And also in my 30s, I finally got diagnosed for mental illnesses. And this is very vulnerable and kind of hard thing for me to talk about, because I always have like a fear of being ridiculed, being judged, or and I've also had like people say really shitty things about like my autism and how like I use that as an excuse for everything, but it's like I can't turn it off. So like I just have a lot of like issues around sharing certain things about myself, because I know people judge and people don't understand mental illness, but I also know that there are people out there who genuinely do care about helping themselves and genuinely do want to do that. And this could help someone the same way a lot of other things in my life have helped people. So when I turned 30, I got diagnosed with borderline personality disorder, fibromyalgia, and CPTSD. If you don't know what those things are, look them up, educate yourself. I'm not here to educate you, but I am here to talk about how before I turned 30, I really looked at myself as just like, oh, I'm crazy like everybody else, and like, this is the way it's gonna be, like, this is the way it's meant to be. And I just wasn't loving myself and thinking critically about my mental health. And like, I feel like you shouldn't drink if every time you drink, you feel like you're about to be attacked or abused or violated, and you can't shake that. And that's what was happening to me. And even when I wasn't being attacked or anything like that when I was drinking, I was still doing that. And I really wanted to know why I was doing that, because a lot of other people have fun. Like, bitch, I got crazy when I drank. Like, you can ask any of my friends, like anyone, and just be like, you know, like, what was Elle like? And they'll reluctantly say that I was a loose cannon. And I went to a psychiatrist through the VA, and when I went to the psychiatrist was like, I don't know how you have been like progressing through life the way you have been with what you're carrying. And that was when I really decided to take a look at myself and be like, bitch, you're doing too much. And that in itself brought like a huge amount of peace to my life, because I no longer had to like blame my shortcomings or accidents on other things, because I knew why they were happening and I knew how to fix them. So I got on medication, and it's changed my fucking life. Like, y'all have a normal sleeping pattern. I eat, because BPD and CPTSD cause like a bunch of other myriad of things. Research. Do your research if you want to know more. Do your research. If you want to see a video on it, depending on how many views I get on this video, I may talk about those things. But before I was on medication, before I got diagnosed, like, I was really struggling every day to do normal ass shit. For one, having fibromyalgia, my body is like in pain. It sucks. Look it up all the time. And the same thing with CPTSD or PTSD. People who have those two things are usually experiencing pain, uncomfortabilities all day, every day, that Sometimes they're visible and sometimes are not. And before I got on medication, like, I could not do nothing. And, like, I've literally learned to keep boundaries in my life with really toxic people who didn't, like, in your 20s, there's like this area you're in where you feel like everyone is against you. And I know everyone's been there, where you feel like you can't trust your friends, you can't trust your family, you can't trust your homegirl, you can't trust nobody. And I didn't want to settle for that because I know people well into their 30s who still feel that way. And I felt like part of the reason why I had a bunch of toxic people around me was because the amount of neglect that I was showing my mental health and my physical health was toxic. And you are what you eat and you attract what you preach. And bitch, I was spewing poison. Not intentionally, but I just wasn't being about my shit. So I got on medication, and it was a struggle in the beginning. Not like wanting to drink at home, not drinking to fall asleep, not drinking just because I felt uncomfortable. Like, it was a challenge. I was chugging water, I was doing push-ups, like all the tricks in the book, because I didn't think I would crave alcohol, but I didn't think I craved alcohol. I think I craved like not thinking and like not being present. So it was a struggle, but now, like, bitch, I can have a drink or 2 drinks at a party and that's it, and like go the fuck home, sleep, not be hungover, not even feel any type of way. I just also don't like the way my body feels when I drink. And now that I'm on medication, I can process my emotions better. It's taking practice, it's taking time, but I'm really proud of myself. And I feel like if you are struggling with dealing with mental illness, I feel like you should do whatever you need to do to feel good about yourself in that moment. So like, if you don't have access to medication, which I know everybody doesn't, if you don't have access to a psychiatrist, which I know everyone does not, I know a lot of Americans especially, I know a lot of people all over the world do not have access, or just access to knowledge about mental health care. But one of the things you can do is like really cut off the things that just don't feel good. And it's hard, but that's a part of like learning to live with yourself mentally and learning to make that a beautiful experience. Like, you have to do the difficult things. And I realized that one of the things that was really fucking with my peace was the people in my life. And bitch, old people say that shit all the time, and it's the truth. Your circle determines like everything in your life. Like how you feel, how you chill, how you grow. And I had to do a lot of weed cutting, like a lot of weed cutting. I had friends who were asking me to go on trips, to bring me on the trip, to dog me out for getting complimented. Like, I have friends who did not support me through shit. Bitch was struggling with homelessness on and off. Would see me asking not even to give me money, but to share my post, so that someone who's comfortable with helping a human out during a raging age of capitalism, who's also black and trans, not be houseless, will fucking help me out. And you know, I had best friends, and like anybody who knows me, I don't even need to talk about anyone else. I know, and I've expressed it so many times and through knowledge that I'm a great friend. Like, I'm a supportive friend. I'm a fucking stellium Cancer and a Leo stellium, and I'm a Virgo stellium. So I'm a down ass bitch, and I just want that reciprocated. And it's like, you don't have to do a lot, but it's just like, if I'm on Instagram sharing a post to pay my rent, and you're liking and looking at my post but not sharing it, but you're calling me your family, I'm just wondering. And like, instead of wondering, I was like, bitch, this makes you sad, cut it off. You don't have to wonder, you don't have to guess, you don't have to imply. If something makes you feel bad, let that shit go, move on, and start really fostering like a good positive space. So I said in the video in the beginning, I said I found my peace, and what else? There was a second thing. Oh, and how my 30s, I got it. How my 30s have influenced my view of so many things. And let me just tell you, a lot of you bitches and a lot of you niggas are fucked up and delusional. Is it on? It's good? Okay, perfect. I like my videos to be candid, y'all. So if you see me talking to the person in the back, I don't care. Hold on. There we go. Does that look good?
I can't see your face.
No, we can't see my face, but is the lighting good?
Yeah, the lighting.
Okay, the lighting is good, perfect. So, a lot of people are delusional and really fucked up. Like, y'all just will not be accountable for yourselves at all. And I feel like when I turned 30, I saw so many people around my age, coming up on my age. And I don't feel like you need to have any material accolades when you're 30. I don't feel like you need to have a certain amount of money. If you feel that way, you're raised in a capitalistic society. I feel like you're brainwashed. That's my opinion. I don't think money values anything. But I think when you're 30 that I think you should have, like, treating people like human beings down. And let me tell you, like, a lot of y'all are heathens. Like, for example, the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, whatever the fuck that bitch's name is, whatever the fuck this shit is about. The fact that it's 2022 and we just had 2 mass shootings happen in like a week or something like that. I really try to just like not be involved in that news so religiously because it hurts me and I'm already dealing with a lot as myself. So I really just don't think I need to be tied into it. So if I get my facts wrong, cool. But it's like, didn't we just have 2 mass shootings? Black people are still being treated terribly. Brown people are still being treated terribly. A lot of y'all who are light-skinned are running around here and taking up way too much space and no one's addressing it. Jungles are dying and burning. Ice caps are melting. Our water is being poisoned. And y'all are watching a court case about 2 rich people. 2 rich white people, might I add. American white people watching this case. And half of y'all aren't even watching it. Half of y'all are just like taking shit online and you all are just running with it like fucking children. And you know, a few years ago, I would have like probably ran with it and taken a side publicly and like been like, oh, this needs to be talked about. But it's like, bitch, who the fuck cares? For one, who cares? Who cares? And I'd be asking myself this at the new young age of 30 all the time. Why do y'all care about shit that doesn't matter and doesn't affect you so fucking much? But you can barely brush your teeth or wash your face or understand what sunscreen is or eat vegetables. Like, your bodies are dying and decaying. And you're watching 2 grown people who, one of them is, Johnny Depp clearly has been on drugs, is alcoholic, has been abusive in the past. And like, you have like women dick riding him today in 2022 saying, fuck her. You have black people, women, everyone who's oppressed by white men holding this guy up. And I'm just like, wow, like, y'all do not think. Not only do y'all not care about what's actually affecting the world, y'all don't want to, and you'd rather be delusioned, and you'd rather imbibe in these sexist, scorned, disgusting ideals, and use that to center and gear how empowered you feel and as topics of discussion. Like, when I turned 30, I realized that a lot of people are just dumb. And you know, like, I had a different upbringing. That's the word I'll use for it. Hold on, y'all, I'm gonna drink this smoothie. It's a hydrate. I had a different upbringing, but regardless of how it was, at this point in my life, I'm always like super grateful to my father, the guy who raised me, because it wasn't ideal, but I can think critically and I have my own state of being, and I genuinely feel bad when I'm not doing what's true to myself. And it hurts me because it's just like, dude, like, this girl is saying she got beat by this guy and he's suing her for defamation of character, and y'all are like, yeah, go Johnny. Like, y'all, this guy is a like multi-millionaire, and y'all are like, can you go tell them to
Let me close the window and stuff?
yeah, close the window. So, like, it's just like, y'all are watching this girl who said she got beat by this guy and literally, like, calling her, like, stupid bitch, all these things. Like, look, y'all know how much of a radical black person I am, and she's white, but she's still a woman, and it's 2022, and there is a war on women, and women are dying. And, bitch, this is gonna be some fucking Handmaid's Tale shit in America if y'all don't get it together. So yeah, I've also realized that a lot of people are capable of kindness in areas and spaces where you wouldn't look, and in places that you wouldn't think of. I am friends with people now who I thought hated me when I was younger, who I didn't think I would be able to be friends with at any point when I was younger. And now they're people who are like in my corner. And then also like in my 30s, I can really see like who is genuinely in my corner and is my friend. So like, I just think like I've gotten a lot of clarity, I've gotten a lot of peace. And I've also learned that my identity as a trans woman is not tied into the internet or Instagram. My identity as a non-binary femme is not validated by me being a trans woman. And I don't need to be a part or approved by any online community to be who I am and to stand for what I believe in and to be an advocate for my community, because a lot of y'all online are fucking trash and like really are not out here for your community. Like a lot of y'all are just out here to make money, and you use this self-justification that since you're queer or trans and a part of this community that you deserve it. Yes, you do, but you deserve it because your community before you, like a lot of them died, a lot of them lost their lives, a lot of them lost their rights, a lot of them lost people they loved so that we could have the audacity and the privilege to feel like we can just speak and act to each other however we want. And I just don't want to be a part of that anymore, and I haven't been. I feel like I've been kind of moving away from that, and I've been trying to work on more concrete ways of being there for my community in real life and in person. And that's really genuinely like a lot of how I feel about being 30. This video isn't really gonna be long. I just wanted to check in and pop back in with y'all. And I also wanted to say that even though I've said this before, I'm going to try to be more consistent, like genuinely and truly. It's just very hard as someone who basically is experiencing living with a disability, essentially, and chronic pain, and trying to like juggle those things with like mental gymnastics of like being myself is a lot. And I take a lot of space for myself, but I really do like this space, and I really do like the love that I receive from people who genuinely want me to be happy, because I've wanted that for so many people so long in my life, and I feel like I haven't received that up until like my later 20s and being 30, and I'm just really grateful for that. So I love you guys. I hope to see you guys again soon. I don't know what I'm gonna do next, to be honest. I'm trying to juggle a lot of shit right now. Like, I'm trying to go back to school. My wallet got stolen with my ID and all my shit in it, so I'm trying to get all this new shit. And then I gotta pay rent every month, and I have to find ways to do that. And I'm trying to find work as well that's friendly to me and my body. So a bitch is dealing with a lot, so bear with me. And if you a rider and you've seen every video when it airs, I love you. I appreciate you so much. If you're here watching this, you can kiss my fucking ass. You're a sick person for... Come inside. You're a sick person for watching this video if you don't fucking like me. And I'm probably fucking your man too. And I probably did fuck your man. I'm probably gonna fuck him tonight. I'm just kidding. I hope you guys are taking care of yourself. I hope you guys are feeling good. I hope you guys are putting yourself first. And thanks so much for watching. You can click the off button now. Bye, y'all.